lot of psychoactive energy.
Burn us up for nothing.
No, what do you mean? Wait.
There's nothing in here.
There's ghosts.
Where?
They're everywhere. You can't see them.
The 401k was just good for this thing.
Wait. Did you smell that?
Smell what?
I think there's one here.
I'm Jackie Moon.
Don't worry, he's harmless. He's probably
I'm an entertainer and a starting forward, and
Oh, he just plays basketball. The sport's dead. That's all the ghost is. Okay, wait. I think there's more. Wait, can you feel that?
No.
Right?
I can feel.
Here.
whoa!
Oh my God.
It's
There used to be some
Frankenstein.
kind of old cinephile who's into classic movies.
I don't get paid enough for this.
All right, well, the costume's dead, but cinema isn't. Wait, there's one more.
Where?
I think
There's
I
no
hit-
one. There's no
Yes.
one here. No,
Oh,
there
no.
isn't.
This one's got a new type of energy. Something like estrogen. Wait a minute.
Hello, darling.
Whoa. That ghost is
Pretty good looking.
really confident.
Yeah,
Yeah. I agree. All right, well.
Okay, that's my picture for today.
Okay, love you, babe. Okay, cool. Well,
We got one more seat
good for, oh, hey, well,
in case you
I'm
wanna.
already here. You guys seem cool.
Yeah. Did you catch them all?
Pokemon. Don't worry, guys. Don't try this at home.
Don't worry, I won't.
Oh, man.
You good?
Welcome back.
Everybody, love everybody.
Our film podcast, the film review podcast on the Towercast Network by Cinephiles for Cinephiles.
Oh, that was spooky.
That was really spooky.
What happened?
What might have happened? What's going on today?
What's going
Why are we
on?
doing this?
It's the finale of spooky
It
season.
is the finale of spooky season.
It
We're going to
is.
do our Halloween episode, our official Halloween episode.
Halloween.
This comes out Monday before Halloween.
Yay!
So,
Perfect. Perfecto.
happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween week.
Happy candies.
We got a pretty great room.
We got the biggest room.
We got the biggest room,
So thirsty.
and to which I'm going to introduce. So we might want to switch over. I'm going to start in the back because we have some great people back there. So we have Miss Megan Tovar, our fellow social media specialist,
AKA Ghostbuster.
our resident horror expert, Mr. Erik L. Sanchez.
AKA
Wait, where is he?
Oh shit! Never mind. It's Jason.
Oh no!
Jason took his place,
It's a hockey fan.
and not like Jason, like our Jason, but Jason Voorhees. You know,
He's,
Yarg.
he's committing.
He's committing to the bit. Mr. Ricky, fellow director in the house,
Dang.
Ricky Rodriguez.
Hey, it's Wolfman.
It's like Hood Wolfman. I don't know. It's like meat packaging Wolfman. You know, like
Oh no, it's like his body turned inside out Wolfman.
It works.
and the clown himself.
Nah, this one.
The class clown? No, I don't know. Mr. Chris Sainz in the building. Switching on the board. You might not see him in the room, but we also have the great Austin Tyronius Young.
Austin.
Somewhere
Miss
in
you.
the ether of
Yeah, he's the only ghost I couldn't bring
Yeah.
the realm.
the interwebs.
Yeah.
But he's present. So, Austin, welcome back.
Yay!
And I miss you.
I'll introduce my fellow co-host in the room, Mr. John Eric Oster, offering an acting perspective.
Let's stay tropical.
Yeah. You, whatever you do on your off time is fine, buddy. Right now we're doing a podcast. Mr. Michael Lillo, offering a cinematography perspective.
I'm busting. Ghost.
Where?
I like your proton pack, pal.
Oh man, this is what Meg got me. Jeez, I can't like. I'll say this real quick. We knew we were gonna be Ghostbusters this year, but like everything
Just
came,
in general?
No,
Or-
no, everything came down to the wire, where it was like I ordered the suits, and then she got these like custom patches, which are pretty cool.
They are pretty
and
cool.
then she had gotten me like a proton pack for anniversary. Very cute.
That's pretty geeky.
So when
nice.
do,
Really cool.
when
Yeah.
do you intend to direct the next one? Because right now you just look like Harold Ramis to me. Which is funny because
happening?
you have a custom patch and you still went with a hairstyle from one of the characters in the film.
This is just my hair. What are you talking about? This is just me.
Joining us today, she picked the film. along with our resident horror expert, Ms. Francis Isaguirre.
Hi.
Yay! Yeah, let's
Our
get
fellow
Frank.
producer in Tower, one of our producers in Tower, amongst many other things. She finally turned in her screenplay, so
Oh, exciting.
a screenwriter.
That's what she's scared about.
Yeah.
That's what's scary here.
That's the scary-
This is the real scary thing.
Yeah.
I'm your humble film servant, Carlos M. de la Torre, offering you writing direct perspective.
All right.
And we are back to end our spooky month on the WatchTower Film Podcast. So we're going to talk about David Cronenberg's 1986 The Fly.
I know you guys seen this. I knew.
McFly.
It's a favorite out there. I think it's a favorite out there.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
It's not McFly, but it is of the same
McFly.
decade.
A little weirder than I thought.
Yeah? Was
Yeah.
it your first time? Well, yeah.
I saw it as a kid. I really didn't pay attention. I got scared.
This time
You got scared.
Yeah.
It's kind of grimy.
Yes.
So let's do a rapid fire around the rooms. We've got so many people today on ratings, and then we'll kind of start figuring out
Yeah, I guess Francis.
what
do
this
you wanna,
film is
do you
doing.
wanna,
do you want top hat?
Do you want to give it the rating, or do you want to pick who goes first, and then we'll go clockwise?
I'll do the rating. Do you guys do like 4 stars?
1
out
out
of
of 1 through 10.
Well,
You
A
can use
through
decimal
Q.
points.
Okay. Solid 8.8.
8.8.
Oh, wow.
8.8.
Thought you were gonna go higher.
Ooh.
Wow.
I'm gonna go 8.8 as well.
That's a cop out.
It's a cop out. Meg,
Be honest.
Y'all are gonna hate me.
first time, long time.
You're gonna hate me. 9.8.
Whoa.
Why would you
I,
hate a
it
good
stuck
score?
with me. Like I'm thinking about it. Like she
wait.
grew attached to the monster. Like she loved the monster. So I was just like, yeah, stuff
watch
like that.
the levels on the board, guys.
Yeah,
Down there,
I
'cause,
think your
that
mic
might
is a
have-
little high.
That might have blown out.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I think it's us.
Is yours?
Like we have to lower the.
Yeah, was it over here?
Oh no, but no, that would be you guys.
It's
That's
the
true.
volume on the
Oh,
board.
you know what? The wire. The third one. Try it right there. Hello.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
there
one.
we go. Yeah.
Okay.
I
You know
think
why?
so.
Because we pass around
Well,
the
you know
mic
what? That
and
might
then the
have,
wires
that might have
give us
lowered
the-
the entire board, like our mics too, because I think our
No,
mic is lower, no?
My feels good. I can hear you.
You know what? Let me see.
All right, cool. We're good.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. 9.8.
So,
She loved the monster. She just couldn't do. She just couldn't. She didn't know how to help him in a way, you know. So it's just like, okay, that's like it helps you like imagine in your head like, oh my gosh, she could have done something else with that, you know. Like I don't know. So,
all
yeah.
right. Eric,
I like it.
Mine's
you
pretty,
said earlier this is in your top 5 horror films of all time.
it is. It's on my top 5 horror films. Man, I think I'm also gonna go with like something like 9.8.
Wow.
9.8.
That's high
Wow.
up there.
Very good film.
The werewolf man.
Mr. Rick,
I'm gonna-
you can
I'm gonna
you
go
can take
8.5.
off your mask if you want, Rick. If you want to stay committed to the
good.
bit.
I'm good.
Yarg.
I'm gonna go 8.5. It was definitely better the second time.
8.5.
It's an all-time for sure.
Wow. 8.5. Chris?
I'm gonna give it a 9.1.
Whoa.
I think it got me. Like,
It got you.
surprisingly, like I wasn't expecting like wait, can I say spoilers or not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
okay, okay.
absolutely.
I mean, it came out in the 80s. So I mean, if you haven't seen it, I mean,
Exactly.
I haven't seen it. So when the arm broke, that got me. Like it didn't
Yeah,
like,
it
scare
spooked
me.
the
It
hell
was
out of
like,
you.
oh snap! Like
I was
that.
telling
That was
I was
Oh,
telling
snap.
Rick earlier. Yeah.
But
I was telling
I
Rick
see what you're
earlier, I was saying like, oh, I thought, that everybody talked about Cronenberg films being these like grody, grotesque, like, don't eat pizza and wings while watching this.
Which we
And-
didn't.
Yeah,
Good call.
I've
sure.
never felt that way as much as I felt like Cronenberg just pushes the envelope on like almost like he was elevated horror before there was elevated horror.
Yeah,
like,
it's something to say, right?
yeah, but he was pushing the envelope on just like making you squirm, even internally, like body horror stuff, but
Oh,
also
yeah.
just like some
But it's not
weird
like- it's not,
shit,
like,
like getting
mindless.
off on car accidents. I mean,
Yeah.
like, he was talking about other stuff.
But I was telling Rick, I was like, I've seen TikTok, like I can handle anything. And no, this was definitely one of those movies where the whole time I'm like, oh God,
Yeah.
this is
yeah.
I'm glad I don't have
we-
TikTok.
Yeah, and like Meg said, like some of the parts like just stick with you, like.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
What-
Because like we were also talking about how the nail part,
Right,
the
right.
the wrist
crazy.
breaking,
Sure.
the vomit.
Am I the only one that's had those type of nightmares? Like your teeth are falling off.
No.
You can't like help it. You're like, God damn.
Sandra, my wife, has had those nightmares.
Yeah,
for sure,
dude.
too.
I get those once in a while.
Those are pretty crazy. What is your rating?
I'll give it an 8.2, but not so much for the horror. I think I like the drama of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I like the whole story of it.
Sure.
So I'll give it an 8.2.
Totally fair.
Carlos.
What's the correct answer?
I might be close to there. I might be like at a 7.9.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
I was
yeah.
between C or B. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not because it's a bad film. In fact, everything that it has going for it is pretty great. In terms of practical effects, in terms of story, in
For
terms
sure.
of kind of crafting something pretty, fun, but also like a commentary on quite a few things. So, I think I'm at a 7.9. Pretty comfortable at a 7.9.
You thought that was fun?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think there's a good argument to be had that horror
Define fun.
films are for you to have fun at the theaters, right? I
Yes.
mean, you're going to be scared, but just like a roller coaster, you're going to come down being like, that was great, right? Like, I think there's an argument to be had where you kind of have to have fun with horror films for the
Yeah.
most part.
I had fun watching everybody's reaction. Cause before we started the film, I was like, "Who hasn't seen it? You haven't seen it? You
Yeah.
haven't seen it? Okay." And
That's
then
good.
At the parts where like the vomit or that arm breaking,
It just kept getting
I was
worse.
just like,
Yeah,
I was
for
just
sure.
watching them to see how they would react.
And I think what was impressive to me is the fact that it starts off not shying away from that. Like at first they bring up like, oh yeah, like organic matter can't go through the teleporter yet. Like you don't know what to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? What's wrong with that? It's like, well, we'll wait till later. And then like a few scenes down, and then they bring out what is it called? The ape.
The baboon.
The baboon.
They bring out the baboon, and it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna try it on the baboon now, and then comes and it's all inside out and squirming and
Yeah.
squealing. Like then I was like, oh, okay, that was the part that I was like, oh, this is.
I will say this.
Yeah.
I give it a low score because I felt like at the beginning the dialogue was kind of stiff.
It's
Is
an
that a
80s thing.
performance
I
thing?
think
Is that a
think that's
performance or is that a script thing?
I think it's a product of its era. I think the 80s were these campy kind of spot on the nose, especially films like this. Like they were just, especially horror films. They weren't paying attention to as much as that. Although I will say David Cronenberg, is a little more intentional. I think
Very
as
much
a
so.
storyteller, he's a little more intentional. But I think the 80s just had this campy dialogue.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think
That's why I think Jeff Goldblum's performance at the beginning seemed kind of like overacted. I was like, I don't know if it's the dialogue or like you said the performance or
I think that's the character. I think Goldblum specifically, his
Yeah.
character is this eccentric scientist, right? This Doc Brown type dude, right?
Right.
But,
Because
like,
he doesn't really like. He even talks or has a line when they're getting a burger where he's like, "Oh, you can be around all the time because it's not like you're interrupting my life or anything like that because I don't have one." Like
I guess
something
I
along
grew-
the lines of like, he's a guy who believes he is going to change the world.
Oh, definitely.
And I mean that. What does that kind of character look like? Somebody who's really going to say, I'm doing something that is mythical,
and it's gonna seem over the
That-
top because he
yeah.
really wants to get there.
Yeah, because there's no way of acting humble. There's no way of acting like modest. Like
Very
he
true.
knows what
Sure.
he made, and even at the beginning when he's like, "Oh, I want you to give me an object that's only yours," and then he says, "Oh, go see for yourself," and he's trying to act cool even though he doesn't know how to, but
Yeah.
it's because he feels like, "Oh, this is it.
I have something.
Like,
Yeah, I have
I'm at
something
the top
big.
of the world, and just wait.
and he's
Like,
kind of the
yeah.
perfect actor.
That's what I was
for
about to
this,
say. I
right?
guess I grew up with Jeff Goldblum with those kind of traits, those quirkiness,
Yeah.
kind of.
but also the dude who's confident in himself.
for sure,
But
100%.
like in a very like subtle, like he's almost kind of cocky, but it's like cute,
yeah.
right? Like it's like it can pass as okay.
I mean, I felt the most awkward part of the film, maybe one of the shortcomings for me was the connection between the journalist and Goldblum. Like
That was a
as-
shortcoming for you.
Yeah,
it was kind of fast.
Too
Right?
quick.
It was kind of
it was,
sudden.
100%.
it was quick, and there wasn't a lot of moments that like
Felt aggressive.
like the concept of save the cat, right? Is this concept of you make the character do a small good thing so that way you have empathy for them later on. But essentially you're sprinkling it, and with this, I felt like with a relationship, even in like romance films or when there's going to be something that happens, there has to be, I think, a sprinkle that says, "Oh, this guy has a trait she finds attractive." It might have
Sure.
felt on the nose, but I feel like it would have seemed more natural if, let's say, he had done something that genuinely was like either romantic or flirty or something.
I thought that with
Corny.
the ex-boyfriend.
Right.
Yeah.
You
I
know-
feel like he was just definitely a plot, right? What do you call it? A plot.
Plot device.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Fun fact: they were actually dating when they filmed this.
Really?
the ex and the Geena Davis.
Yeah, Geena Davis and Jeff Goldblum were dating.
She
when
never
they-
told me.
Yeah, so
Damn, man.
Cronenberg at first was like, I don't want Geena Davis because she's your girlfriend. Like, that's gonna be weird.
Yeah, that's.
And then they auditioned other actresses, and they were like, oh, they're awful. They're horrible.
They don't
Well,
have the
they,
chemistry.
they wanted
Yeah.
an unknown. Geena
Yeah.
Davis wasn't Geena Davis yet.
He
they
was in
want-
League of Their Own. Geena
No,
Davis.
that wasn't like. I
No.
mean, that was later.
But-
And then Beetlejuice
Yeah.
was like what 2 years later.
Oh
or
wow,
something
then
like that?
she definitely killed it on this one.
Geena
Wow,
Davis was an
I
unknown.
thought she was established.
They had
Yeah,
other
no.
actresses, like
Wow.
very known actresses in line to play this role, and he was like,
Yeah.
"No, I want an unknown."
Yeah, and then so that's why you see that chemistry like kind of like work. You know.
Yeah.
It does,
So-
but I mean, it's
For
you
the
know,
sake of the film,
yeah, it
it's
pushes
very fast.
It
It's
is.
pushes
very-
itself
Yeah.
well. I'd probably say towards like the second act, but the first act, you open up with her kind of like. In a way, it's exploiting him because it's kind of like, oh, I've been recording you this whole time. I'm just a journalist. I'm going to leave and all that kind of stuff. And then the next time she's there, then she's into him. And
But
that,
that's
to
the
me,
weird thing, right?
And
Like
they
the
sleep
trajectory. That's the thing. Is it a commentary on you're only into him because he's about to do something great for the world, or like you genuinely fell in love with?
It was too
Oh,
quick to
oh,
feel
I'm
that.
going to make the argument. Is that commentary or is that just a poor beat?
I don't know
Because I think in that, like, I
might be
had
a poor beat.
I had the suspicion of like, oh, you're just trying to use them, but then the film goes on, and then it genuinely makes you want to say like, oh, but now she's talking about a vacation, so maybe that wasn't her trying to
I'll tell
exploit
you this
him.
much.
But
No. In
like
terms
it's a
of-
sleight of hand, but it, I don't
no,
know,
I
it's
don't
kinda
think
weird.
so. I don't think that part was super
I
intentional.
think she was intrigued by him.
Yeah, ultimately, I mean,
Yeah,
she's a
ultimately.
journalist. He's a subject,
And then yeah, the journalist comes second. I think.
I think that she was really into him. I know it's like really fast, but just the fact that she is in love with this guy, like towards like you see
All the way.
it.
Sure.
You
But-
see it because like when his transformation starts to happen, she's like devastated.
But was that a
Like,
good way that it was established? Did the plane land well at the beginning? Like, you know.
For me, it did. I don't know. It just worked.
The interesting thing about like the beats is that for me, this felt like a long 90. It felt like a long 90, but it was also kind of choppy in its
Oh
beats.
yeah, super choppy.
So, I mean, it didn't drag, but it didn't feel like a tight 90. It didn't feel like, well, that went nowhere, the time went nowhere.
Yeah.
It holds on to you for those 90 minutes.
I think it's because Cronenberg has this thing, and the thing is also Cronenberg, right?
No,
No, oh, it
I
just
don't
feels
know.
like it.
John Carpenter.
that's
John Carpenter.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Well,
But
I
it's
was
got
gonna
that
say
feel, though.
in a similar like texture or tone, these like gross out moments or this like body horror moments. I think Carpenter has a really, really good hand at like lingering on those just enough. Because I feel like with any kind of practical effect, especially like in horror, if you stay there too much, and we've even seen the audience becomes desensitized
Yeah.
to that, and very quickly it's just normal.
And it
But-
wasn't the same thing. It went
Yeah.
from ears to this to the throw
Yes,
up.
and
so it
and
kept
it's,
it different.
It's trying to constantly keep the audience like looking at it long enough to get horrified, but not too long to see the strings attached.
Definitely.
And I feel like that balance was done really well, but also that means that if you're pacing every time there's like one of those scenes long enough so we can see that, then you're kind of taking away from the pacing of the story. You're focusing on the pacing of the effect. You know?
How,
Does
how
that
did you
make
feel
sense?
about the pacing of his transformation?
that was good. That
It was good.
that
It was good.
gradual.
It was very subtle and like perfect.
Yeah.
Because you see little things here and there first, like it's the hair on the back, but then the next thing you know, like there's the blotches.
Because he still
And
doesn't
then-
believe it, and then slowly he's like,
Yeah,
"Oh, she
and
might be
it's-
right."
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then like after weeks go by, then that's like full on. What did we call
When
it?
he opens the medicine cabinet,
Yeah.
he's got his ear there, like it's a
Yeah.
trophy
What do you
case.
say? The
that's-
Natural Museum
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
So I
my
like the whole
gosh.
pacing of that.
Yeah.
There's a few things that are important to note when it comes to The Fly. Popular hot take,
Do you want me to do it, Austin?
Austin. We were gonna have a fly swatter for you. It's important to note. David Cronenberg does not consider this a horror film. He doesn't. Straight up does not consider, has never considered this a horror film. David Cronenberg intended for this to be a commentary on two things. One,
Oh, I like this.
cancer.
Yeah, cancer.
And the almost the visual representation of cancer and what it does to family members, what it does to
Oh,
significant
that's
others,
what I wanted to
and when
hear.
people are transforming and kind of becoming something else. And the other thing is aging. He intended for this to be a commentary on aging.
There was also the thing that it came out in the 80s, and that was during the AIDS epidemic. So a lot of people saw that.
Yeah.
That's
And
what happens when the AIDS gets,
Yeah.
you know, like you see that happen to your loved one.
They
so.
they're scared of everything because
Yeah,
they don't
so-
know what's.
I think-
Oh, even the
I
whole
think-
thing
Well,
would be-
disease, right? Disease
just
period.
disease.
Ah,
It's
exactly.
disease period. When the AIDS epidemic thing was coming up, Cronenberg was like, well, that wasn't the intention, but you interpret it how you want because it is about disease, period.
Yeah.
Like, how does disease
It's
affect you and
universal.
your loved ones?
Yeah, and I
stuff
think
like
that's
that.
that's the point of the story too. Like if you can see yourself in it, then you've accomplished like
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
even like I love the dialogue separated from oh man, like Goldblum's character. Like when they were like, well, you know, you shouldn't go back because like what if you get infected or
Yeah.
like we don't know what this is and all that kind of stuff. And as opposed to trying to understand it very quickly, it's all these people
Like-
shutting the doors so they could protect themselves. And you know, it's such an interesting balance because if you were to remove all the scenes with the fly but just keep those dialogue scenes, it becomes a lot more grounded story. You know, of you know,
Yeah.
I think the lack of, or like the hopefulness or the hopelessness rather of disease, I think the alluding to the fact that he's a scientist who invented something that could quite literally revolutionize the world, teleportation. The fact that when somebody is hit with a disease, no matter what great thing you were working on, it doesn't matter anymore. Like that kind of goes by the wayside. This machinery and his intention behind it and how he was going to, you know, he could have technically saved this patent and said this could still service the world, but it doesn't matter. Like whatever great thing you were working on before you get sick, well, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe there's more important things at hand. I think that's what I kind of clinged on to on this.
Despite him
for his
being
art.
so smart and like this cocky scientist, like what ends up happening? He ends up getting jealous, and drunk, and doing a very human mistake.
Very
and that's
relatable.
what
Very
leads
dumb mistake.
to him becoming the fly. Is that he was too drunk to notice that there was a fly in the pot.
Yeah.
Because his girlfriend went off with her ex-boyfriend.
Yep.
And it was like just such a human thing to see.
Yeah.
Even this fancy smanchy scientist could make. You know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
yeah.
Now I gotta ask. It definitely won for special
it
effects.
won one
And it won
Oscar.
an
It won the
Academy
only
for
Oscar it got
makeup.
nominated for and won was
Makeup.
Oh, okay. I was like, yes,
Yeah.
this it definitely
I mean,
stood
it
out
was
for this
pretty
one.
revolutionary for its time.
Exactly.
It was 1986.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah.
This is Chris. That's why at the end it's like Chris Wallace Inc. That's the first title card you see in the credits was because this leaned so heavily on the effects.
So they
and
had
the
to show
makeup,
it off
right?
at the-
So
right
out
off
of
the bat.
curiosity, like Legend and Clan of the Cave Bear.
like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, like
It's probably
I
studios
don't know, but
don't even
Spielberg
exist.
won that year also.
Yeah.
can you look up a still of Clan of the Cave Bear?
Clan of the Cave Bear.
Yeah, like I mean, normally I don't really care about all the other ones that got nominated, but what do you mean that
Like in 86, like,
is this gonna be like a man bear pig costume that it lost to? Like
Now another
No,
gripe that I
why?
have with it is the ending. I know you guys like that. It just you guys don't like to see like the aftermath or at least a little hint of.
no, I thought it
What
was
is
perfect
this?
because if you notice, whenever we were watching it, everybody was so still, and we're just like watching this tragedy unfold in front of
Yeah.
us.
But what about
and then
the
it ends on
baby?
like a breath, like a very like a.
That to me is a very classic Hollywood thing. I
I'm
I
50-50
personally
on it.
love that because I think, well, not naturally. In case you don't know, this is a remake of a 1950s The Fly, and that's based on a short story. So like there is lore to it, but
Right.
I think this is a very classic Hollywood way
Just-
to end a film. Is just to
Yeah, because then it keeps you guessing. Like Meg was like, "What happens next? What about that
No,
girl?"
and that's-
and then
it-
this and that.
Yeah.
and what,
it
like,
maintains
yeah.
longevity
Yeah.
and it has a bigger punch if you leave those little like knots like
Are you
un-
so
and when
right.
you pair that and when you pair that with Howard Shore's score.
Oh my goodness, I know.
And
Howard
the
Shore.
ending kind of crescendo of a score once this moment is,
Yeah.
once this ending happens.
This tragedy. Ah.
Also,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a weird juxtaposition to see the ending and the beginning because I felt like this film starts off super fast, like very quickly. We're already thrown into there's this convention going on, and scientists he's already talking like, oh well, I got to show you this thing, but I don't want to
Yeah.
talk about it here, and we're already in the middle of the conversation. So it starts extremely fast for it to end so slow
So
with
slow.
him walking
Yeah.
towards her
It
and then
just
like
feels
putting the gun by his head.
Forget it, Jake. This is Chinatown. It feels like this classic Hollywood punch, man. I
I loved it.
personally
I
like
loved
Okay.
it because I'm telling you, like, you kind of like end it, and then after it ends and you see the credits roll, you're like,
Yeah.
like you like exhale. You know what I mean?
It's because you know what? I
Yeah.
kind of compare it to The Thing.
Yeah.
I love the ending to The Thing where it's like it keeps you like, was he infected or not? Whereas with this one, he just shot him. Story over.
But it's so tragic because of that score. It's so like
Yeah.
epic and momentous, and it's building, and
Mind you, Howard Shore did so many great scores. Howard Shore, like, obviously was already working. But like my favorite score of his is Hugo. He did the score for Hugo.
Really?
He did quite. Can you pull up Howard Shore's filmography? But Howard Shore has been working on great shit for a long
didn't
time.
you do Lord of the Rings?
He did do Lord of the
Oh,
Rings.
wow.
Lord of the
Okay.
Yeah.
Rings.
So he's to blame for the Shire music. That's who's to blame. Also, the DP Cronenberg basically got from one of the Star Wars films, Empire Strikes Back, and then he's been Cronenberg's DP ever since. He kind of stole
Really?
him
I
from
think
Star
the same
Wars.
DP was for Scanners, was another Cronenberg film. I think it's the same DP.
I'm positive, especially if
Yeah.
it was after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it was after this, that's where it's at.
Now, why didn't it? Did it do good in the box office?
It did
It
great.
did.
Why
Yeah,
didn't it
did very
spawn a
good.
sequel?
It
It
did
did.
spawn a sequel.
But the sequel wasn't very good. Well, Eric says claims that
That's
it's
why you don't
good.
go for sequels.
And also, Cronenberg's
Hey,
not a
Sanchez.
franchise guy.
because
Yeah.
this was around the
No,
time the
The
Fly
franchises
2.
were
The
going.
Fly 2. What's
Back
up?
to the Future.
Yeah,
That one's more
but
of a popcorn.
but that's my point is that Cronenberg was not a franchise guy.
Well, you're not a
Cronenberg was
franchise
not-
guy until the money shows up.
Well, obviously, but again, there's that artistic integrity. He
Also-
was going to explore his films, and
I like that.
by the way, The Fly originally was supposed to be directed by Tim Burton,
Oh,
Okay.
What?
and then he, it didn't work out, and he ended up doing what was it, Edward Scissorhands or something else. But this was meant to be a Tim Burton.
I could
picture.
definitely
so
see it.
like another guy who,
Is known for, his own style.
his own
yeah.
style, but
Right.
also like depending on what side of the argument you're on, wasn't a franchise guy. Kind of did original works until he didn't. But I think this was this era of like wanting to rebirth an original take, an original voice on things, and Cronenberg is
I
certainly
like
of
that.
camp.
Okay.
I think so. I think Cronenberg was very intentional with what he wanted to do. Howard Shore.
Yeah, I think the
Lord of the
music score
Rings.
really makes this film. Like even like on the suspenseful beats, it's just like boom, boom, boom.
Oh, I respect
The
that so much.
Aviator.
Like,
Just to be creative enough to.
Yeah. Spotlight.
The Hobbit.
The Hobbit.
I like Spotlight.
The Lego Hobbit.
Maps to the Stars was a weird film.
The Lego Lord of the
Well,
Rings.
this was a weird.
like Lord of the Rings.
Hugo, man, I'm telling
Yeah.
you, the Hugo score, doubt. Yeah.
Does it still hit the same?
Yeah, after all these years. Oh, I gotta tell you guys how I came across this
Right. Tell us that
I
story.
love this. I love this.
film. So,
Why the Fly?
Why the Fly? So the Fly has stuck with me ever since I was 9, because that's
Whoa.
when I first watched this film. 9
Your mama
years
let you
old.
watch it?
That's a good
So-
movie to watch.
I know. So my dad back in the day used to record movies from the TV onto the VHSs.
Yeah, guilty.
And he used to just collect the VHSs, but he would never label them.
That's
Wow. That
hilarious.
That is so bad.
That's chaotic.
Yeah,
That is
so I
good.
was kind of like, I wanted to watch Dirty Dancing. I was looking for Dirty Dancing VHS because I love Dirty Dancing. That was another film that I was really into.
Right.
And of course, nobody was watching me. So I was like, I'm going to watch Dirty Dancing.
Pop
so
this.
I popped in a VHS thinking it was Dirty Dancing, and it ended up being The Fly.
And well,
That's
there's a reason
fun.
you didn't stop it. You were like,
No.
oh, all right.
And I was thinking to myself, like, what am I watching? And I just got hooked from the beginning. And I was like, okay, I'm
That's
following
good.
this. And then the funny thing is that, like, the moments where his nail comes out, where he like vomits onto the donut, and then like
That
all
sticks
those
with
scenes,
you at 9.
including the scene where she gives birth to a larva, that has stuck with me.
That's what it was, a
from,
larva, the things that,
like,
yeah.
And as a mom.
and and even as a mom, I remember thinking like, oh, like the one time in The Fly, oh, like, And so, but the funny thing is that my dad also accidentally recorded over the ending.
Whoa.
So when I was watching it, suddenly like baseball or football started playing, and I was like,
That's great.
The fucking
How does it
87
end?
World Series.
how does
That's
it end? So I
great.
never saw the ending. I just remember thinking like that one film where the guy is turning into a fly. What was that? It would just kind of like come up into my
Yeah.
thoughts. And then it wasn't until I saw it like years later as a teenager, and it was on TV, and I was like, oh my God, I need to see the ending.
Now I get stuff that's in
yeah,
there.
and then now I saw it again as a grown up, and it was just every single time it hits differently. And
Yeah.
even now, you know, watching it, I know exactly what's gonna happen. I know exactly the transformation, but even to the very end, I'm just like, oh,
That's
like,
when you know it's still good.
it's so good. So when
Nice.
these guys were like, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "Let's do The Fly."
And this was months ago.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, we're gearing up for this or that.
Yeah.
Halloween. What do you want to do?
It had been a bucket list one for me
Yeah.
like forever because I'd always heard about it, and then also even when Eric mentioned it, I was like, oh, I'd been wanting to see it because I'd only seen clips. The only major clip I saw was like that scene when he's like crawling on the walls, and he's like, oh, pretty
Yeah.
crazy, right? Like I'm getting the hang of it. And I remember seeing it, and it was creepy, but also because of his dialogue, especially when he's transforming, he's so uppity about the
He's
whole
just
thing.
like, again, he's a scientist who's just like,
well, also that whole thing, the whole commentary of like, I know what I'm turning into.
Yeah.
I know it's not pretty, but
if you're
I'm gonna
around-
try to make light of it, and you know, like, hey, I guess I don't need these anymore anyway, and all that. And she's just freaking out, and that kind of very sad struggle of like him being like, this doesn't feel good. I don't think it's going in a good direction, but what can I do now?
Yeah.
And then the whole weird thing about like insects don't have politics. I want to be the
love that
first.
line.
I was
Dude,
like,
I love
whoa,
that
he's
monologue
really
so
in.
much.
That
Like,
should be on a T-shirt.
yeah.
You have you ever heard of insect politics?
Yeah.
I want to be the
Because
first
he's losing
politician.
his humanity. Like it,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
it
struggling.
doesn't matter like what
Yeah.
he's doing. It's like he's losing himself, and then
You know, just for that, I give it one more point. 8.3. That's good. I like it. No. It's
Also,
good. It's good.
And on the
Yeah.
acting point,
Yeah.
that like sudden like twitch
Well-
where he's like twitching, like it's so
Yes.
So
It's a fly, right?
Before
Yeah.
casting Cronenberg, they were out to Michael Keaton. They were out to like a lot of these,
they
like
wanted,
Beetlejuice.
They wanted Pierce Brosnan.
yeah.
No.
But a lot of these actors, what
Yeah.
happened is they were just afraid that they would not be able to draw out a performance under so much makeup.
Yeah.
You know that
That's what
Jeff
they do.
Goldblum.
You know that happened with John Clava and then with the Predator.
Oh,
It was too much, and I'm not.
Oh,
They're not
yeah.
gonna see my
Oh.
face.
Yeah.
but he also wanted to be doing like kicks. And
Yeah.
flips
That's
as the
Predator.
But anyway, yeah.
Like,
No, but that's the point, though, is that call it like we
It's
were
true.
making fun of Jeff Goldblum's eyes, but like these wide eyes. But he was drawing out a fucking performance under all
Yeah.
this makeup,
Yeah.
man. It did
And-
not matter.
I mean, I
And
think Jeff
delivering
Goldblum
the-
was a perfect
Yeah.
actor because can you imagine? Like they were asking Pierce Brosnan, and Cronenberg was like, "No, hell
Yeah.
no."
He's too
John
sophisticated.
Lithgow was like, "I don't want to do all those
Who's he?
prosthetics."
John Lithgow, the guy from
Third World from the Sun,
the Mark Wahlberg movie, the one that plays his dad.
Have you seen Dexter?
Oh
Or
yeah.
Dexter,
Yeah.
How I Met Your
30
Mother.
Rock. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Daddy's Home.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
in Daddy's Home.
Third Rock from the Sun.
Then Rocks to the Sun. There we go.
There you
and
go.
then who else? Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton was up for this.
He would have been nice, but Beetlejuice got him,
But
so that's good.
Burton probably said, "No, we're
Yeah.
doing this, dude.
Yeah.
Let's do this instead."
Yeah, so
oh,
I
it might have been
think-
Beetlejuice that he did instead of this. Tim Burton.
Yeah, that was a few years later though.
Yeah. Couple
But
years.
can you imagine? I think Jeff Goldblum was like the perfect actor.
He was terrific.
Perfect cast.
Now, speaking of lines that are memorable and will live in cinematic lore
Which one?
forever, be
Cheeseburger?
afraid. Be very afraid.
Be afraid.
What became
Very afraid.
the tagline of the film and was a line from Geena. Most people don't know who produced this film.
I do.
Mel Brooks produced this fucking film.
Yeah, Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks.
Out of all
So
people,
when I made that joke earlier,
Yeah.
is it because
It's Brooks Films. Yeah.
Brooks Films.
Yeah.
Mel Brooks.
wow?
So
That Mel Brooks.
The reason why his name doesn't come up on the credits is because he was afraid that people were going to think it was a comedy.
Yeah.
And
they
so
weren't
he
gonna
was
take
like,
it
no,
seriously.
they're not going to take it seriously. So
Yeah.
he didn't put his name on it. But
Smart,
it's-
smart.
Yeah,
I
it's-
mean,
But
smart.
because he loved the script so much, he took it around a pitch and said, "Hey, Fox, like I give this film my blessing. Like you guys should do this. You guys should cast this guy." And really was in the development as a producer on this. And when he turned it into the executives and he said, "Be afraid. Be very afraid."
Oh, okay.
that
that's cool.
was Brooks.
That's pretty cool.
That was a Brooks line. And then, lo and behold, he ended
how you
up being
sell
the
a
biggest
movie,
advocate
man.
of the film. He was selling it. That is
You never would have guessed,
a
right?
Mel
No,
Brooks
not
line.
really.
To
Years.
like go back on performances, the later transformations, that weird, not even wheezing, but his breathing patterns and
The tongue, the eyes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like, and you tell me the process of like an actor, but those are gestures that I think you can bring out. But the fact that he's able to like,
Make it cool.
no, not make it cool, but like maintain them for so long. Like I was just thinking about that, like that weird, awkward breathing pattern and all that kind of stuff. Like, how long do you keep up that facade. And
Well,
I
I was
mean,
talking about like I think he just went into this character. I think
Method?
I think you talking about transformation. I think you really went into it. I mean,
yeah, because it's one of those things where I can imagine on the page, and him working with Cronenberg, saying like, well, the mannerisms.
I'll
of
take
a
it a little
fly-
step further. I think I would go crazy and study a fly, right? Obviously, like
Yeah.
the ticks and everything, but.
Because wasn't that what the scientist himself was doing? Maybe the scientist didn't just picking it up in its DNA. He's a scientist. He can read and research. He was probably looking for characteristics in fear. Like, what's going to happen to me? Oh, well, flies do this. Flies have this behavior. Flies have that behavior.
True.
And just his psyche, of being a man of science turned his personality into
It's
that.
so funny because I was
That's pretty
thinking,
good.
don't they last like 3 days? His brother should have been gone by like the second day.
Yeah. But he's also human, right?
Yeah,
he's
so
both.
it's like-
So I think they said that the transformation took 4 weeks. The film is over the course of 4 weeks. So
What's more impressive is all the prosthetics that he has. Like
Yeah.
that's insane to
Yeah.
me.
And the
Like
makeup, right.
who was the one that I think it was Jim Carrey, the one that hired
the CIA agent.
CIA just so he wouldn't
For the
freak out,
Grinch.
have panic attacks. So people don't understand about acting. That's a whole nother level of I got to get through that and then give
For
my
sure.
performance.
No, and just to plug our podcast, if you want to hear about actors who have to be all covered head to toe in makeup and still give a good performance,
Doug
Doug
Jones.
Jones.
Doug Jones, check out
yeah.
that episode. He gives you a good
shout out to
insight.
Doug Jones when he talked to us, but he said the biggest reason that he kept getting casted in Hollywood is because they could put a bunch of makeup on him and he wouldn't complain and he would just sit there through it.
Respect.
But he would say that it's these like long processes. I mean, like
Well, Goldberg 5 hours
Yeah.
every day.
No,
in the makeup
No.
chair just
Wow,
to get to this
5
point.
hours.
that's
5
the
hours.
that's
And
also,
then you're still on set for 12.
no, yeah,
Or,
and then,
whatever.
And then after being on set, then coming back and
then
spending
taking
like
it off.
the same amount of time for them to carefully peel it off so they can
Well,
use it again.
less. It's usually half the time. The rule of thumb is if it takes 5 hours to put, it takes 2 hours to take
and
off.
then
So
over
that's how-
time they kind of figure out how to make it a
How
little
to-
bit
Wait, I was
easier.
going to ask.
Condense.
So those 5 hours doesn't add to the 12-hour day?
No,
It's an extra?
No, I mean, depends.
Damn.
It just depends. It depends
Yeah,
on the
they'll
shooting
work it
day
out
and what
for-
the
yeah.
it is. But for the most part, no.
that was one of the main
Essentially
reasons.
what they would probably do, scheduling wise, is have it where he goes into makeup. Like his call time is, let's say, like
5 a.m.
yeah, let's say 5 a.m. and they know that he's not going to be done till 10 a.m.
Exactly.
But then they'll have crew call time be at like
9,
6 or 7. Set up lights, set up the set, do everything, get
Yeah.
camera set up.
And he just
so then by
walks
the
on.
time he comes on, it's like, okay, here's your blocking. Go
And at
through
the
it.
same time, he's using that 5 hours to just read
Like,
it,
get into
read
the
it. 'Cause
Ah,
that's all
reread
you can
that
do.
scene.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's all you
okay.
could do.
And maybe getting into that psyche helps, right? Like
as
you're
well.
sitting in a chair,
You're looking at yourself.
reading a script, looking at yourself for 5 hours. I mean,
That
might
definitely goes into
intensify
it.
things, right?
Absolutely.
Is that what happened with you and your hair?
Dude.
Just sit and
I put the wig on, dude. Woo! Entertainer, starting center. Woo! I want to
You
buy a
felt
team.
tropical?
would you seek out something like this, guys? Or would you seek out a character, or it
Oh,
could be deemed
man,
as a
you're
character piece, but with heavy
Yeah.
prosthetics and this
If
You
they
know what?
gave you
I really
hot,
do like it.
big concept?
I would definitely take this role because it's half Goldblum, half the creature. But like the Predator, when it's the whole film, the whole Predator, I don't think I would do that.
Let me ask you, because we just covered like Nosferatu, right? So like Skarsgård seems to be the guy, right now.
Yeah.
Skarsgård will get into the makeup and fucking,
Dude, and
but
that's-
still draw out a performance, right? He did it with Pennywise. He did it with Nosferatu.
Well, then I'll answer that with. I'll ask you a question. Do you see him as a character actor, or do you see him? Have you seen him in something else that's like?
Skarsgård, like a dramatic part, no, but I mean it's hard to ignore. Like, who's the guy who did Pennywise before? The theater actor, the Rocky Horror Picture.
Curry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
Stephen Curry.
still that guy, man. He's so expressive. I mean, I love the
No,
dude
but
in-
he did stuff before. He
No,
did
but
Rocky.
well, he did theater and stuff. But
Yeah.
I love dude in Scary Movie 2 versus like others works. I mean, the dude, but he's a performer. He's an incredible performer.
For sure, but it's tricky, man.
Skarsgård, I don't know. I haven't quite seen
That's
him
what I'm saying.
outside of those roles.
It's
right?
tricky. I've only seen him in. He did the one with Justin Long, Barbarian,
He was in Barbarian, just a
normal guy.
Yes, he did that. Oh,
He was
that
good,
movie.
but
there was nothing there.
It was
no,
good.
there is,
It
but
was so
it's
predictable.
I guess
Yes,
I
it was so
have hope
predictable.
for
I knew
people.
it.
and
I
so
have
do
hope
I.
for people like that because of who his dad is. His dad is such an incredible performer and has never been in makeup and whatever.
As well as his sperm, dude. He's got a lot of kids, bro.
His brother too, right? Doesn't he have a brother who's like?
He's got
There's
3 of them.
several Skarsgårds.
Yeah.
Like they're all
They're all
The
good.
Skarsgårds are
except for one I think is a doctor.
Okay, well, good for him.
No,
He's
but
the
it's
weird
tricky.
one?
It's tricky for an actor. It really is. Like you got to pick your parts. Like if you have that, that reputation or what do you call it? Like you have enough to have a say in it. It's tricky, man. It's really tricky.
Yeah, no, for sure.
What do you think it did to his psyche, like being in that makeup, seeing himself turn into a fly? Do you think he was able to, like, peel away from it after he was done filming, or do you think it actually, like, I mean, because it left a mark on all of us, and we just watched the film.
I think definitely for. Did the lights turn on?
No, they've been on.
They've been on, bro.
Yeah.
What the hell? That's crazy.
It's a ghost.
No, I think
Let's go.
for. I think at least for the performances, and you could probably agree.
Right.
Once you're in costume, I think that adds an extra layer to you've been rehearsing the lines, you've been rehearsing your actions, but then being able to see yourself, and now I'm the character. I'm fully immersed in.
Well,
I
talking
think-
about psyche. I mean,
yeah,
it has
helps.
to.
It helps everything flow.
And it's a full-fledged performance. I mean, you could argue that dude was also, he's not just going under makeup. He's not just being performative. He's being an acrobat on walls. Like he's being like, it's choreography. It's training.
As well with the script. That's, yeah.
But also, here's the thing that I'm gonna tell you. So all these hours of training your brain, I am becoming the fly. How can you rip yourself out of there? You know, like
You
how do
think
you
he
turn
was
back
able to
into
do
your
that?
normal self?
Yeah, I always when people ask that question, I always think of Heath Ledger and Joker. If you
didn't quite make
really
it out of
immerse
that
yourself, if you really go into it, it's definitely gonna take you a couple of weeks to get out of that little funk. Because you
It turned off.
I'm a ghost. No, yeah. I mean, I've done a couple of roles, but I could kind of feel that where it's like
The separation of it.
The separation of it, for sure, 100%.
Recently at the El Paso Film Fest, when they were doing the actors panel and they were talking to, oh my goodness,
One of the
from the Fall Guy,
Walter.
Walter. They were
Yeah.
talking to Walter, and Walter was talking about how there was a role that he took on, and he didn't bring up which one, but that he did feel like you got to know what you're getting into, because for that one, he fully immersed himself in, and he fully
I love that
dedicated
about
himself
that.
to the character. But he says he used to be a very, like, everybody would look at Walter like jokester, like easygoing and laughing, and then he says after that he just walked off more serious, and it's taken time for that to go away. That he's just stayed in a new mode.
That's being true to the part. Like
Yeah, man.
women who
People will see
are
that.
moms compared to postpartum depression. Because
Oh.
they're separating themselves from a long.
Oh,
I mean, because you're
wow.
not just talking about 2 months of filming. You're talking about 9 months of prep. You're talking about living with this character for X amount of time, and then once it's over,
Yeah,
You're-
everybody.
and everybody living with it because
Yeah,
they just saw
your
that.
would forever changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their view's gonna be different now.
That's interesting. Can we talk about Geena Davis? I know Jeff
Geena
Goldblum
Davis.
did an amazing job
A
as
hottie, dude.
the Fly, but Geena Davis, my goodness.
She grounded
She
everything. She was the
is-
balance for sure.
And
She
for
is
one
a
of her first
force.
things out.
Yeah, like she.
I kept asking, like, what happened to her? Because she was like,
yeah,
you know,
100%.
she was
what
very
happened?
present. I mean, we mentioned Beetlejuice, we mentioned The Fly, we mentioned like
League
League
of
of
Their
Their
Own.
Own, but like
There's
she
no
was
crying in
very present
baseball.
and a very good actress. But I never saw her in
I
everything
think
post.
she became more like of a behind the scenes type of person.
Can you check
Yeah?
what she's
I think that's
done?
like
happened.
Geena Davis?
producing,
Yeah,
or?
producing
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Because I haven't seen her.
Appreciate
I mean, obviously,
it.
Thelma and Louise. She's
What was the
terrific,
last
Thelma and Louise.
Blink?
Thelma and Louise.
She was in Blink twice.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember
Dude,
her.
she's
in
a
Stuart
Stuart Little, bro.
She was the mom in Story Little. That's for sure. But
No, yeah, but like in the 2010s.
she was in Fletch.
I think she started
Go to
being
the
more of a
IMDb.
producer behind
Oh,
the
okay,
scenes.
okay,
type
that's
of
fine.
thing.
I think in Blink twice she was like one of the maids or whatever. One of the because it's like
An
a
old lady
resort or
maid?
whatever. No,
Can you
I
guys
don't
go to the
remember.
She was like the one that was
IMDb,
like
and
with
see what the
sunglasses
latest
and
thing
always
is?
drinking.
Was that her?
I think that was her.
Can you put Blink Geena Davis and then Images?
Blink twice? That's Zoe Kravitz's new film,
Blink twice.
and it was actually
Blink
pretty
twice and then
decent.
Images.
Zoe Kravitz directed this thing, and it's
But
actually
she was
pretty
so
decent.
good and
It's
she
a
just faded
2024 film.
away.
Yeah, it just came out. Channing Tatum stars in it. Yeah, you see, it was like the rich girl like drinking Mai Tais or whatever. Just
Go
like,
up. It's
chilling
one of
by
the top
pool.
ones right there.
Yeah,
This one, no?
but she was passing out these things. I remember. Yeah, the bags.
bags.
The bags.
No, yeah,
that's interesting.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess she's still acting. Cool.
Yeah. She did a great job in this film. Like,
Yeah.
She did really good.
Oh man, I just felt for her so much, especially at the end where she's like, I can't.
The struggle that she's facing.
Also,
Yeah.
a very dynamic role because I mean I think a lot in horror films, the female characters are usually placed there to like emanate a sense of like weak and helpless and like we just watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre and I mean what makes what makes like the final girl such a crucial character is that you're just seeing her so helpless and like screaming and running around and every turn it feels like she's in no kind of power position compared to something like this, which I know is not a direct horror. This one is she starts off extremely strong.
No,
and
but it's like
and
anything
everything.
else, right? If you're going to cover a film about a disease, whatever disease that might be, you're not really living with the person going through the disease. Most of the time, you're living through the person who's seeing them go through it, right? So, like, we have to live in Geena Davis. Geena Davis's skin. Like, we have to live in her skin for this and, like, really feel for her and what she's going through and how it's affecting
Poor choice
her.
of words, man. Come on.
In her skin. So how do we judge The Fly comparatively in terms of what we see today for films?
Good question.
You know, the big film that I think of is the one that just recently got an Oscar nom.
Which one?
Oh, about no, it's not Presence. What is it called?
What's the thing?
It's the one where she goes into machine,
Oh,
changes
yeah.
bodies.
Oh, together?
No. With
The Substance.
The substance.
All the stuff.
But I know
Yeah.
the substance was very inspired by like Cronenberg and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
was it?
Yeah, of
I
course
could
it was.
definitely see
Of
it,
course
yeah.
it was.
I still haven't
Absolutely.
seen it. Don't no spoilers.
Oh, you'll like it,
Dude,
Yeah,
at the
it's
end.
very- very
if you like
inspired.
this ending, the ending.
Y'all like it? Okay.
Yeah.
It's
But-
on HBO Max. I just saw it. I'm gonna watch it.
Oh
soon.
no, watch it because it's
Yeah.
got an extreme amount of commentary, a lot of this body horror stuff.
100%.
But again, it's not using body horror as a way to just say, "Hey guys, look and like get scared." Because I mean, genuinely, I know not for the times, but nowadays, if you wanted to see real like guts and gore, you could just look it up and you could watch that, and that's fine.
That part,
but
yeah.
this is all communicating.
No,
Something,
yeah.
you know, it's-
Yeah, absolutely. There's
This-
much more intention.
Yeah, this film is so Shakespearean. It's such a huge tragedy, and funny enough, it's actually an opera. I was telling the
Oh, that's right.
yeah, in
I
2008.
would love
it
to
was
see that.
Spawned off to be a bunch
an
of things.
opera.
Right?
So I mean, that would be interesting to watch on stage. but
100%.
Yeah. But, yeah, The Fly.
The Fly.
Gosh,
ladies and
it's
gentlemen.
gonna stay with you.
It,
You're
it-
welcome.
it got lost in my category. I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was always kind of present. And
Catalog.
Eric screened it for me and Sandra like squirmed in her seat, didn't really dig it.
Did she also like Substance?
She liked The Substance. She
Yeah.
very much liked
She
The
was
Substance.
able
yeah.
to get kind of past a lot of the body horror
I
stuff.
think because that one's not so gratuitous. And it's
I think it's
not like this.
Of
course
moments.
not.
There's moments.
Especially like-
There's moments when they're transitioning, but it's not the whole film. It's
No,
not the
but
whole
yeah,
third
no,
act.
not,
No,
yeah,
but
I
the-
agree.
the
Not-
third act. The
Well,
third act.
when you get to the stage part. Sorry, for
right,
me.
right.
She hasn't
I'm like,
seen it.
La, 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 la.
I hate people.
But
Those
that's
people. I
the
hate
ending,
those.
right? That's the
Yeah,
crescendo.
okay,
I mean, I don't know.
One last fun fact.
I love
I also think because it was woman led, it had more to say about women and aging. I think Sandra was like, yeah, that has something to say, not just like this.
I'm gonna go watch it tonight now.
Yeah, you should.
For sure,
you
for
should.
sure.
One last fun fact: the Fly was based off of a 1950s film. We said that, but it was also based off of a short story. And the guy who wrote the short story was actually a spy in World War II.
Oh, great.
And the reason he decided to write
conspiracy.
the story was because when he was a spy, he had to go through surgery to change his face.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So afterwards, after coming out of
He
that,
just felt.
one of the stories he wrote was The Fly.
I
So
love that.
and can you guess where it was first printed? The Fly? The short story?
Where it was first printed.
Yeah, where it was first like printed. Like on Playboy.
Oh, great.
Playboy magazine.
Whoa.
Very cool.
Playboy magazine, and it won like a sci-fi award.
I'm telling you, I got
wow.
on so I
It
could read
wasn't
the
Kafka?
stories.
No, Kafka is Metamorphosis.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay,
where he
okay,
turns
okay.
into a cockroach. But
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
very much like inspired off of that.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
so
my God.
cool.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? You
That
never
is
think.
pretty crazy.
Try to find
I got
that
one
issue.
more fun fact, actually.
Yeah.
Mr. Cronenberg makes a cameo in this film, right? Mr. Cronenberg plays a gynecologist performing the
gynecologist.
the gynecologist performing the dream sequence abortion.
It got me.
Apparently, he did that because years before he did The Fly, a couple years, or the year he did The Fly, or the year before, he met Martin Scorsese. Or rather, Scorsese met him because Scorsese was a fan of him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scorsese was a fan of his early films, so he went up to him and said, "Hey, man, you look like an LA plastic surgeon. That's what you look like. That's what you embody. Is if I didn't know you were a filmmaker, I thought you'd be a doctor." And Cronenberg took that to mean I'm going to play a doctor.
Nice.
And that's why he inserted himself as a doctor.
Wow.
Because of Scorsese.
And there's Carlos de Lobo. Oh,
That's Carlos
That's-
That's Carlos de Lo like
right
Yeah.
there.
meshed
Yeah,
together.
Fusion.
much like this film. You were going to say
Nice.
the low.
Yeah, I mean, before we tie a little bow, I know that we got an acting perspective. Cinematography, I just mentioned that, like, I feel like they really knew how to, like, key in on those shots
Sure.
as far as, like, how do we reveal something that's going to be really gross? All the shots of, like, things going through the teleporter and the suspense of, like, what's it going to look like?
You know what's crazy about
yeah.
the cinematography? I know it very much lives in the 80s, and it has a very much an 80s
Yes,
aesthetic.
for sure.
And that's
You see a lot
fine.
in the lighting.
It's captured
Yeah.
in this time capsule. I don't know, and I've had this talk with Eric a bunch of times, and I don't think I've ever seen the original. Maybe I have, and it was ingrained in me, but I always remember this film in black and white. When I think about this film, like, this is only my second time screening it, but I always thought about it in black and white.
Was
You
it?
know
No,
how they've
right?
been
It's
doing,
never-
like-
And the funny thing is that the original flies in color.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. I think about it in monochromatic, like, beats in my head.
Well, you know how, like, they've been doing a lot of, like, film re-releases, like I know they did it with, like, Parasite, Nightmare Alley,
right.
where they
This
have
one-
a black and white re-release.
Yeah.
This one, I think, would fit well just because it feels like a classic horror movie in the
Yes.
sense of,
But you
like,
think- you don't
mad
think-
scientist, something goes wrong, and then he's living with the repercussions.
You don't think it would take away from the grotesque? You know,
No,
the white,
I think
the
because-
red.
It might add some
Oh,
more.
I was telling Ricky earlier, I was saying that, like, the reason this one really got me, and I mean, even when we were starting the episode, I was still feeling kind of like, ugh, I'm uneasy. I'm like a little queasy about the whole thing.
Same.
It's because the practical effects look and feel real. Like you feel like you can smell the environment.
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
feel like you can touch things in the
For
way
sure.
that, like, even when they're doing the full transformation, you see things popping out and they're like slime dripping off and all that.
I remember the face when it popped with the.
Oh yeah,
I was like, whoa.
like everything about
good.
it. So it has a texture and it has
Yeah.
something that you
Nice,
can't
nice.
you can't recreate any other way than
Absolutely.
these practical effects. I feel like it's not so much the color I'm looking at. I'm looking at that texture. And I mean on a cinematography front, you need to light the environment so you have a lot of good contrast in those moments, but also you're playing around with it. You're like, how much do we leave things in the dark? How much
Sure.
do we make things high key? Because when you notice her, whenever she pops out, she's always in really pleasing lighting, even
Yeah.
though everything else looks scary. But it's because visually we always need to be able to look back at her and she's not scary. She is a
Yeah.
beacon of hope for him. You know,
Absolutely.
she's the comfort that he needs. So, and the same for the audience. You're getting so much of Jeff Goldblum's face and everything
Yeah.
being mangled up.
That's
that you're
also
like,
a
oh, it doesn't
classic
feel good. You know?
Hollywood
And then
horror
juxtaposed
thing.
with Geena Davis'
Yeah,
beautiful face.
and seeing
Yeah.
Geena Davis, like, it almost like it helps you feel better. Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I need to, like, have a break from that.
But
Yeah.
classic Hollywood horror trope, even
Yes.
from the 1920s Nosferatu, like everything had this beautiful woman to counter juxtapose the ugly monster.
Yeah, yeah,
And but
Good.
it's Frankenstein, Dracula, all of them. There's
That's
always
good.
a beautiful woman at the forefront that he's either trying to save
even the
or
whole,
falls
like,
in love with.
him
Like,
taking her and then crashing through the window and then jumping out.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Creature
very,
from the
like,
Black Lagoon,
Yes,
that's
yeah,
very
yeah.
absolutely.
Frankenstein.
On
Hey
the
man, you should
director-
do lighting, bro.
Yeah,
You
right.
should. You
I
should.
should do
You
something.
You should do film.
Get away
now.
from
You know
the
what was the
ghosts.
scariest part?
Bust and go.
He stole her from the abortion clinic because she was pregnant, and we never found out if she actually went through the procedure.
Oh, I was gonna say that felt like a very modern.
Issue.
It felt like a very modern issue. The whole thing of, like, her being like, I don't want this thing in my body, and they're like, well, maybe you should give it a week. You're not in the right headspace. Or even the guy being like, oh, you know, I
Well,
think.
yeah.
Did you really have a good conversation with him before?
I didn't
making
like
this
that guy.
I
decision?
feel like you're uneasy. You're not
Yeah,
sure.
But that's the
know?
weird part. If it's a commentary on abortion and whether you should have one in these
Right choice, yeah.
circumstances, they were also in love, and the dude
But
that
what's
we
up with
deemed the creep ended up being the hero, kind of.
That was
isn't
weird.
Weird.
That
Like,
is such
how-
a
weird
funky
thing.
thing.
Like, you want to have
I mean,
sex without the I was like, what?
It's a little weird. I will admit that whole thing where like this asshole, he suddenly is the hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it makes him human no matter what, how much of a scumbag he is. He
Right.
doesn't want this
Right.
hideous mutated monster to still kill this person they have a history with.
Sure.
And well, I mean, it's like, what do I do? Do I just be a bitch and leave? But no, he like courageously went, even though
Yeah.
he's like a scumbag.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that he's still human?
That's pretty
Yeah.
strange.
So I don't know. That's how I always
That's
saw it.
interesting.
I
And
just,
he's
yeah, I
he's
love
a
how
human
that
being.
flipped.
Facts, dude. He's spitting facts.
Yeah.
And well, I mean, he did have some consequences, you know, like he lost an arm and a fucking foot. And fun
True.
fact,
He still came
But
back.
he's the only actor that returns in the sequel.
Oh wow.
He's the only one?
As the same
As an
character.
actor.
What?
Let me guess. He
Interesting.
comes back being like, "I've fought this thing once
He
before."
comes back as the Jaws. What's his name? Not Dreyfus, the older guy.
Man goes in the fly pit. Man
Yeah.
sees the fly pit.
All right, The Fly, ladies and gentlemen. Any rating changes?
Das
Mine
Fly.
for sure. 8.3.
What? What's yours now?
8.3. From 8.2 to 8.3.
Okay.
9.3.
What?
Whoa, you went
It
up.
went up?
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Can you tell us why?
I think just because whenever I give anything a 9, I would like to consider it its own masterclass. And I feel like for something that's leading in the charge of elevated horror, for something that's doing body horror, but not just for the sake of, oh, look at this thing. It's really
Gratuitous body
scary.
horror,
Like when you
yeah.
look at like Saw, I feel like Saw is one of those movies where
Yeah.
it's trying to say, how can we make this look as gross as
Yeah.
possible and all that. But with this one, I don't think we talked about it a whole lot, but I was really impressed by the dialogue. All of the moments that Jeff Goldblum like talks while
Sure,
he's going
sure,
through
sure,
transformation.
That's fair.
That's the good part.
That's him, his performance as a person changing and the
Yes.
tics, but also the monologues he has and the way he's trying to like talk to her, but in a very calming way.
Sure.
Joking way.
Yeah, like
Endearing.
I just felt like all that shows the potential for this genre of film. Like this, like even when we say, oh, it's a horror film, it's not, or it's a, you know, if you describe this as a romance or like a bad
thought it was
breakup,
more like a drama,
you know,
drama.
this is.
Yeah.
A really
there's
bad
there's an argument for that. I mean, Ari Aster's
Really bad.
film Midsummer,
Midsommar.
that one he says, oh, it's not a horror film, it's a breakup film. And I'm pretty sure he's just being cheeky, but
He
he
is.
says, I'm exploring the genre of a breakup and like how it feels and that earth-shattering tension behind
Yeah.
it. And this one, again, if you separate elements and just look at the idea of like the relationship, the weird dynamics of like being with the really crappy guy, but now this guy's sick and what you're going to stay with him when you yourself can't handle that. Do you go
Right.
back? Like, I think all the layers you could probably pull from this thing, there's a lot to be said. So I want to give it a 9.3.
All right.
I
Good
think
explanation,
I think you
nice.
can learn a lot from this film. So
Dope.
yeah.
Anybody else? Any rating changes?
What do you go?
Chris?
Yeah, Chris, what the hell?
Explain
I would
yourself.
say I'm gonna go a point up, 9.2.
9.2.
I was like baffled by the cinematography for like where it's like on the wall on the ceiling where it's like upside down. I'm like, how'd they film that? Like I was wondering how they filmed that.
What do you mean how?
Well, yeah, like it was
It's
like
the standard. Just flip the camera and you're
No, dude.
No.
If you look, there's a moment when he's on the ceiling,
And then he just
he's on
gets
the
upright.
wall, and then he stands upright and starts walking.
Well, we all
towards
seen
it.
Exactly.
Kubrick, right?
Wires.
It's just, you create a platform. You just move it with the cameras. Nolan did it.
No, but
I don't think they did that in this. I
That's
think
a
they kept it
rotating set.
practical. I think they went wires.
yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they
Because
went
like if you look at the background, you'll see
How would you
that-
do the wires? You would need weights up.
yeah,
no.
because it's an upright set.
Oh, I'm thinking of Spider-Man
yeah,
now.
it's an
Yeah,
upright
Spider-Man
set.
did that. Okay,
yeah,
my bad.
Spider-Man was flipped.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My fault, dude.
yeah.
I thought they flipped it. I
Oh
thought,
yeah, like I was like looking at the background, like look, like there's a Pepsi bottle above on the fridge and it's not moving. Like it's like they could achieve that, but like they're gonna. it's gonna
Okay, no,
see-
no,
yeah,
yeah.
but they would have to do a whole like
Good
Nolan
call, good
Plus,
call.
she was also in the frame, wasn't she?
My bad,
Yeah,
Chris.
she was.
My bad, Chris.
There was
And then
Yeah.
and he
Corner.
goes from being upside down
To
to
being in
on the
front of her.
wall to standing.
I gotta
and then
check it out
coming
again,
towards her.
okay.
So
That's
It was
I think
pretty.
they went
It was
wires.
pretty solid. It was pretty.
It was
pretty
impressive.
It was
Good
very
catch. Good
seamless, yeah.
catch.
9.2.
9.2.
9.2.
Nice.
Anybody else?
They're both at 9.8. I think.
9.8.
I was 9.8, man. I'm like tempted to give it a 10
Whoa.
because I don't know. This is one of the very few movies that gives me emotion like towards the end. Like
Guy didn't have emotion.
there's
for
only
shit.
very few films that were like
That dude's cold.
I had to exhale afterwards and
Sure.
feel something. And
You
this
feel
is one of the
something?
very few films that gets that reaction.
This song
out of me.
makes Eric feel like
You
when the
feel?
sun rises.
This is news to
Yeah,
us, bro.
no, even nicer than that.
Nicer than that. Nicer than that?
Seeing the sunrise sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you've been awake all night, but yeah, it's really good, man. Like,
All right.
I'll give it a 9.9. I'll give it an extra
Fair.
point.
Fair,
I guess
fair.
I'll go up 2. I'll go from an 8.8 to a 9 and join you all because at the end,
I got the A.
like when I watch it every single time, I get like I don't know, like the jitters and the goosebumps, like a rush of adrenaline. I'm just like, oh my god, that was crazy, like like going through that. Whole
I saw you a
ride.
couple times, still kind of
Yeah.
like, whoa,
Yeah,
nice.
we kind
Yeah.
of had to like decompress after that.
We always say
know?
the point of film is to make you feel something, and I mean, good or bad. Like if it made you feel something, the filmmaker did their job.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
and I think with this one, it's very hard to argue
Definitely.
that they didn't do that. I think there's arguments to be made on the way that the story's constructed, so I can understand maybe like not getting as high on the ratings. Like I think,
Well, I like when horror films go the extra mile to be a commentary on something.
Yeah,
with
for sure.
societal, whatever it is. And I like when horror films do. I like when horror films are crafted that way because
Yeah.
it is the best magic trick you
Not
could
just
build.
one-sided, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very very good story and very well told.
for sure.
40 years
The
still holds.
Fly, ladies and gentlemen, go watch The Fly if you haven't. Go watch the original. Let us know what you think, or
make
read
sure
the
you're
short
eating
story.
chicken wings.
Also,
Eat pizza and chicken wings right before.
Absolutely.
subscribe, like, and comment.
Oh yeah,
Please.
You know what's really scary is that we need you to start subscribing.
That
if
is
you like
very
our
scary,
episodes.
yes.
Did or maybe we save it for the next episode of what we watched.
No, yeah, we'll say it. 'Cause we talked about it too much.
Next week, we kick off Sci-Fi Month at the WatchTower Film
Woo!
Podcast.
Yeah.
So we're going to kick off. We're kind of got some unconventional picks. We always try
Yeah.
to be mindful of the audience to an extent and say, like, okay, we're going to have our artsy-fartsy picks, but...
Not always blockbusters, but...
So, like, we were thinking about The Matrix, and we were talking about these popcorn flicks that people like. But then our kind of resident sci-fi expert, Michael Head, was like, hey, I got a couple for you. So he's going to be presenting 2 films this
Yeah.
month. But we're going to kick off with The Lobster. Yorgos Lanthimos.
Say you like me, lobster.
You're
Say
fond
you-
of me, Lobster? We're going to talk about The Lobster. Not The Lighthouse. The Lobster. We're going to talk about The Lobster. Very interesting. Want to talk about a breakup film.
Is it Colin Farrell
talk
and
about,
Nicole Kidman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or not break, but...
I want everybody to
Yeah.
come to the podcast knowing their answer to the question, what animal would you want to be turned into?
I like it. I like it.
Ooh.
And comment. Which
Absolutely. And then we're going to kick off with Primer after this...
oh, wow.
Primer and what was the other one?
Endless. He told me about
The
Endless.
Primer's a time travel one.
Primer,
right?
The Endless. And then
Endless,
we're going to end kind of backwards. We're going to end with Fritz Lang's Metropolis. That's one of my favorite
that'll
films.
wrap
and
up our gobble gobble month.
our Gobble Gobble month.
Gobble Gobble.
We get into Christmas picks. So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Join us next time on the WatchTower Film Podcast. Thank you for joining us tonight. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, everybody. Happy Halloween.
Thanks
Stay
for having me.
spooky. Love you guys.
Love you guys.